There is an inescapable and powerful truth for those who experience the spiritual calling. A kind of restlessness, a feeling that, no matter how complete the world around them may seem, there is a deeper mission yet to be discovered, a latent purpose that calls out to be brought to light. This calling, when it resonates in the lives of the chosen, rarely presents itself in an obvious form. It is felt as a series of subtle nudges, like a forgotten memory that keeps returning, sparking an inexplicable feeling that something needs to be done, that there is a task to fulfill. This is the beginning of the path for the powerful chosen. Individuals who carry certain signs within them, spiritually marked with a unique and profound mission. These signs can manifest in countless ways, but they all share the same impulse, an internal yearning that drives them to seek the meaning of what is real and true. It is not a sense of superiority but a quiet responsibility, an intuitive knowing that guides their steps, even when the path appears dark and full of challenges. Each sign that a chosen one carries within points to something greater, like a promise made by the Spirit even before their arrival into the world. For those with this spiritual sensitivity, the calling is an invitation to open up to the unknown, to walk through darkness to find the truth about who they are and why they are here. You who hear these words may have asked yourself if you are part of this group of the chosen, if this force you feel in your heart is not merely a fancy of the mind but a truth waiting to be recognized. For the calling does not cease, no matter how much we try to ignore it or silence it. It always reverberates back into our days, into our soul. There is a latent power, an energy waiting to be activated and manifested, and this energy holds the potential to transform lives, to illuminate paths that have yet to be trodden. I invite you to open yourself to the possibility that this feeling is not just a coincidence but an awakening to something greater. The signs we receive throughout life are divine touches, keys that open doors to understanding and wisdom. They show us that we are more than a mere being living day to day, that we are part of something grand, a spiritual force in human form, with a message, a learning, and a deep love to offer the world. Each person is unique, and each chosen one's journey is singular. What you feel as a spiritual calling may be different from others around you, yet all these signs share the same essence. They lead us to a state of constant discovery, of inner transformation. This is the beginning of the path for those who carry within them the gift of the powerful chosen. What you choose to do with this calling defines your trajectory. It is what gives you the power and depth of a mission that transcends time and the limitations of the material world. The signs that accompany us on the spiritual path are more than coincidences or chance. They are profound messages intended to guide, inspire, and often alert us to the direction we are taking. It's as if the universe, in its vastness and wisdom, speaks to us in a silent language, an intimate dialogue that we can only hear when we are willing to listen. These signs manifest in countless ways: a word that keeps recurring, an inexplicable feeling in certain places, or even the presence of a specific person at crucial moments. For those who are ready to hear and see, these signs represent a spiritual invitation, a call to expand perception and recognize that we are all connected to something greater and infinite. When the chosen begin to recognize these signs, an inner shift starts. Suddenly, events that once seemed mundane or irrelevant begin to take on meaning and purpose. Each detail, each synchronicity, each encounter transforms into an opportunity for listening, understanding, and transformation. However, the recognition of these signs does not happen instantly. It requires patience, attention, and above all, a genuine willingness to dive deeply into the spiritual journey. It's necessary to shed prejudices, open to mystery, and embrace the possibility that there are invisible forces working together to guide the path of the chosen. Some may wonder if these signs are real or merely the product of an overactive imagination. And that doubt is natural because the mind, in its need for logic and control, tries to find rational explanations for everything that happens. But the heart, where true wisdom resides, knows there is truth in these signs. It recognizes that these messages are silent answers to our deepest questions, to our endless search for purpose and meaning. The signs come as echoes of an inner calling that begs to be heard and answered. And it takes courage to accept this calling, to set aside conventional explanations and follow what the heart senses as true. Looking at the lives of spiritual figures throughout history, we see that many of these individuals were guided by signs that led them to great revelations and transformations. They learned to trust the message of the universe, to listen to divine whispers, and to move according to the guidance they received. And this is the essence of those who respond to the spiritual calling, to trust the signs and act with faith, even when reason cannot keep up. Each sign we receive, each message that reaches us, is an opportunity for growth, a chance to look within and realign our path. They don't come to give us ready answers, but to remind us that we are in a continuous process of discovery, that our mission is to uncover the truth about who we are and the reason we are here. The signs invite us to let go of fear, uncertainty, and doubt and to embrace the journey with courage and faith, recognizing that each step is guided, that each challenge is a lesson, and that each victory, however small, is a part of our spiritual growth. Accepting the signs and opening up to the universe's guidance is an act of deep trust, surrendering to the mystery of life and to the purpose that has been entrusted to us. It is a reminder that, as chosen ones, we carry a mission that transcends our immediate understanding, but that unfolds clearly as we learn to listen and trust. Inner transformation is an essential and inevitable process for those who find themselves on the path of the chosen. This journey often begins with a feeling of discomfort, as if something within us is crying out for change, even without fully understanding why. It's an experience that pushes us toward a deep review of our thoughts, beliefs, and above all, our essence. Inner transformation, although intense and at times challenging, is a spiritual preparation, an internal cleansing that makes way for the new, for growth, and for a higher understanding of our purpose. This process is, in many ways, like the silent work of a tree's roots that, unseen, absorb nutrients from the soil, growing and strengthening the structure that will support the grandeur of its canopy. Similarly, this transformation prepares us for what lies ahead on our spiritual journey. As we undergo these internal changes, we shed what no longer serves us, thoughts, patterns, and even old fears. In return, we gain clarity, wisdom, and a deeper connection to our purpose. This process is fundamental because it is through it that we develop the foundation to sustain and channel the power entrusted to us as the chosen ones. Such transformation is not a one-time event but a series of experiences of profound introspection and realignment. Throughout this journey, we are called to look within and confront parts of ourselves that we may have ignored or repressed. It's a true purification of the soul, where our most authentic aspects emerge and the conditioning we have accumulated throughout life is dissolved. This process can be uncomfortable and we often feel vulnerable, but it is precisely in this vulnerability that we find our strength. Transformation teaches us that true strength is not in avoiding difficulties but in facing them and emerging renewed, with a new understanding of who we are and our role. Many sages throughout history have taught that it is precisely in moments of greatest trial that our inner power is revealed. This transformation, though challenging, offers us a great gift, the power to free ourselves from the invisible chains that prevent us from realizing our true potential. By overcoming each obstacle and fear, we gain a new perspective and a stronger faith. We begin to see that spiritual power resides not only in strength or control but in the ability to transform, to open ourselves to the unknown, and to accept that we are part of something much greater. Recognizing the value of this transformation process, we also recognize that every step on our path has a purpose, that every experience, however challenging, contributes to the strengthening of our spirit. We come to understand that the lessons we learn are invaluable gifts that bring us closer to our purpose and prepare us to help and illuminate others. As chosen ones, this power of inner transformation allows us not only to grow but also to serve as guides for those around us, inspiring and illuminating the path for those who seek answers. Inner transformation, therefore, is a necessary and powerful process that allows us to live in harmony with our purpose and prepares us to face any challenge with wisdom and courage. It shows us that no matter how the external world may try to divert or confuse us, true strength and clarity come from within. With this renewed power, we become not only witnesses but also active instruments of divine wisdom and love in the world. Furthermore, these challenges teach the value of detachment and humility. The journey of the chosen is profoundly marked by losses, rejections, and disconnections from the superficial world. This is because to access and understand the deep truth of the spirit, one must release the illusions imposed by society, let go of the ego, and surrender worldly expectations. Each loss, each closed door, is a chance to detach from something that no longer serves the higher purpose. These moments, however painful, bring an unparalleled freedom, preparing the heart for the true abundance and peace that come from the Spirit. On their journey, the chosen discover that the greatest teachers are not always found in temples or books, but in the very obstacles and adversities they face. Each challenging situation offers a unique lesson in patience, tolerance, or compassion. By embracing these lessons with an open heart, the chosen come closer to the divine essence and to their own truth. Every inner battle is, in reality, a preparation for the mission yet to come, for the responsibility to illuminate and guide others who also face their own challenges. The wisdom gained amidst these obstacles becomes a treasure, a source of light that the chosen carry with them, offering hope and inspiration to those around them. This journey of overcoming also reveals the immense power of choice that each person possesses. In the face of challenges, the chosen have the option to retreat or to move forward with courage. Each decision shapes their path and strengthens their spirit, showing that true power lies in the conscious and courageous choice to persevere. It is through these choices, day by day, that the chosen build a solid foundation for their spiritual mission, creating an unbreakable connection with the divine source. Through this connection, they understand that their strength is limitless, as it is anchored in something greater and deeper than the material world. These challenges and obstacles, therefore, are not punishments but disguised gifts. They prepare the spirit, transform one's perspective, and pave the way for the true purpose. Looking back, each chosen one realizes that the difficulties they faced did not break them but made them stronger, wiser, and more aware of their mission. And with this strength, they move forward, ready to face whatever comes, confident that each challenge is a sacred preparation for a greater purpose. Understanding the spiritual responsibility and the value of the gift each chosen one carries is fundamental to their journey. The chosen are not those who simply accumulate power or wisdom for themselves, but those who, by recognizing their abilities, understand the need to use them with compassion and discernment. Spiritual gifts are not mere privileges. They are divine tools that carry the responsibility to contribute to the welfare of humanity. When the chosen one awakens to this responsibility, they begin to see that their role is one of service, a service to others, to the world, and to the divine essence that dwells in everything. This responsibility is immense, and for this reason the chosen often go through periods of intense preparation before they can truly assume their role. During these times, they may feel the weight of their capacities, perhaps even doubting their own worth or ability to make a difference. However, this doubt is part of the responsibility of carrying a spiritual gift, as it prevents the ego from taking control. The true chosen one understands that their strength does not lie within themselves but in something greater that guides and sustains them. When they embrace this humility, their spiritual influence expands naturally, without the need to prove their importance or seek recognition. Spiritual responsibility is also an exercise in compassion. The energy and gifts of the chosen are attuned to the needs of others. They feel others' pains, doubts, and struggles. This is part of their innate sensitivity and empathy, and in understanding this responsibility, they become a channel of love and healing. Yet, this same responsibility requires discernment. Not everyone is ready to receive help or guidance, and the chosen must learn to recognize the right moments to offer support. This discernment is a higher form of compassion, as it respects each soul's timing and journey, understanding that others' spiritual growth depends on their own time and path. The chosen also understand that their responsibility does not end with offering help or guidance. It extends to their own spiritual practice and the continuous development of their gift. They know that just as a flame must be nurtured to keep burning, their spirituality needs to be sustained through constant practices, moments of silence, and the pursuit of self-knowledge. Spiritual growth is a never-ending journey, and each new level reached brings new responsibilities and new lessons. Thus, the responsibility of a chosen one is both internal and external, involving both care for their own essence and attention to the world around them. This spiritual responsibility also manifests as integrity and coherence. The gift of a chosen one is powerful only when they live according to the principles they teach or defend. Their words and actions must be aligned with the spiritual purpose they carry, for people feel the energy they emit. This coherence is what makes them trustworthy and allows them to be a true instrument of light and transformation. The chosen know that the value of their gift is not in the number of people they impact, but in the depth with which they touch the lives around them. This brings a lasting sense of purpose and an inner peace that can only be achieved through the constant practice of spiritual responsibility. Spiritual gifts, therefore, are seen by the chosen as an expression of divine love, something that connects them to the sacred and to the universe. By embracing this responsibility, the chosen one becomes part of an infinite flow of compassion and wisdom that flows through and around them. Their mission is not only to benefit themselves but to bring harmony and light to the world. This understanding elevates their spiritual practice and life as a whole, giving them a reason to continue and a joy in serving. With this, the chosen find in their path a true source of satisfaction and meaning, knowing that each act of love and help they offer echoes and enriches their divine essence. The chosen, with their heightened energetic sensitivity, often absorb and intensely feel the energies around them, whether from places, situations, or people themselves. This sensitivity can be both a gift and a challenge. They perceive what many cannot feel, understand hidden emotions, and recognize subtle vibrations that escape most. But like a sponge, this sensitivity also exposes them to negative energies and emotional turbulence from others, which can interfere with their well-being. For this reason, self-care and energetic protection become essential elements on the chosen's path, as daily, indispensable practices to maintain balance. Maintaining balance and protecting oneself energetically requires the chosen to know their own boundaries well and recognize when it is necessary to withdraw to preserve their inner peace. This process begins with the acknowledgement that their sensitivity is a natural aspect of their spiritual gift, but it needs to be managed wisely. Along their journey, the chosen learn the importance of creating energetic barriers, setting emotional boundaries, and practicing clarity about what belongs to them and what belongs to others. This discernment is vital, as the chosen often find themselves confusing their own emotions with external energies. By protecting their energy, they can genuinely offer help and support to others without losing themselves in the process. Self-care practices, such as meditation, grounding, and visualizing an energetic shield, become essential to maintaining this barrier and replenishing the chosen's energy. Meditation helps clear the mind and strengthen the connection to one's essence, restoring inner peace even amid adversities. Grounding allows the chosen to maintain a solid connection to the earth, releasing any excess energy they may have absorbed from their environment. Visualizations of a protective light or shield around them are symbolic and effective ways to establish an energetic boundary that keeps their peace and protects their sensitivity. Self-care also manifests in daily habits that, although simple, are essential to sustaining this energy. Proper sleep, mindful eating, and moments of solitude or reconnection with nature are sources of restoration that help the chosen renew their energy. Maintaining a sacred space, however small, where they can recharge and find peace is equally important. This space can be physical, like a meditation spot in their home, or spiritual, like a state of presence and inner calm. These basic forms of care are not luxuries but necessities for someone with such heightened sensitivity, who needs a solid foundation to continue serving others. The process of protecting one's energy does not mean isolating from the world but rather developing the necessary balance to walk in a secure and firm manner. The chosen learn that by caring for their energy and setting boundaries, they can help more people and be authentic support for those who seek them. Preserving their energy also allows them to fully experience life with joy and lightness without becoming overwhelmed by the weight of others' problems. Self-care and energetic protection are, therefore, acts of love and respect that the chosen commit to themselves, understanding that by caring for themselves, they are strengthening their mission and becoming even more capable of serving. This energetic sensitivity and the need for self-care reveal a deep lesson. The chosen understand that for their light to continue shining intensely, it must be protected and nurtured, like a gardener caring for a precious plant. They recognize that the energy they carry is sacred and that its protection is a responsibility to be fulfilled with dedication and respect. Self-care, therefore, ceases to be an option and becomes a fundamental practice, allowing the chosen to maintain their strength, peace, and capacity to do good around them. As the chosen ones walk through life, they embark on a journey of spiritual growth and refinement that unfolds slowly. This process of refining spiritual abilities is essential for their gifts to be used with wisdom and precision. In the beginning, these gifts may appear subtly, and the chosen one may even doubt their authenticity or feel confused about what these spiritual talents truly mean. However, by embracing the call and dedicating themselves to self-knowledge, they begin to realize that their spiritual abilities require practice and discipline to be fully developed. Spiritual refinement is an ongoing work of self-improvement, where the chosen one adopts practices that expand awareness and strengthen their capacities. Commitment to meditation, for example, not only calms the mind but deepens the connection with one's essence and the divine. Meditation allows the chosen one to access deeper states of clarity and intuition, helping them listen to the subtle messages from the universe with greater accuracy. This process of quieting the mind and opening the heart leads the chosen one to discover the full extent of their gifts and to develop the confidence to use them wisely. Much like a musical instrument that needs tuning to produce its best sound, the spirit of the chosen one undergoes a continuous alignment process. This alignment is achieved through daily spiritual practices and constant contact with their own essence. Through introspection and reflection, the chosen one can identify which aspects of their personality and spirit need refinement so that their gifts can manifest authentically and effectively. This means confronting their own shadows and working to transform limitations into strengths, accepting that the true path of spirituality is a journey of constant evolution. As the chosen one progresses along this path of self-discovery, they become more capable of using their gifts to serve others, transforming their potential into a force of healing and guidance. This doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, dedication, and an open mind to learn from each experience. The chosen one realizes that to refine their spiritual abilities, they must be willing to question their beliefs, adapt, and remain open to the wisdom of the universe. They understand that true spiritual power doesn't lie in specific techniques or abilities but in their capacity to connect with what is greater and more sacred. In addition to meditation, practices like journaling, where the chosen one writes about their experiences and insights, are powerful tools for self-knowledge. Reflective writing allows them to observe their emotions and thoughts more clearly, helping them decipher patterns and better understand their own journey. Discipline and commitment to these practices become the foundation not only for discovering their gifts but also for learning to use them compassionately and responsibly. This involves a deep understanding that their gifts are not merely personal but part of a larger purpose that benefits the world around them. Refining spiritual abilities also means learning to trust one's intuition fully. Over time, the chosen one develops an inner sense that enables them to discern what is true from what is illusory. This trust makes them less vulnerable to external doubts and more confident that they are on the right path. They learn to recognize when the ego is trying to interfere and when it is the voice of their spirit that speaks the loudest. This ability to discern is what allows them to make choices aligned with their higher purpose, advancing along the path of wisdom and inner peace. The process of spiritual refinement is not without its challenges. The chosen one faces moments when they need to let go of certain aspects of their life that no longer resonate with their new vibration. This detachment is, in fact, a natural part of spiritual growth. They learn that by releasing what has already fulfilled its role, they create space for experiences and knowledge that will serve their spiritual advancement. This cycle of release and reception is a sacred dance that allows the chosen one to become increasingly pure in essence, aligning with the truth of their being and the purpose for which they were called. Looking back, the chosen one realizes that the process of refinement is like the work of an artisan shaping a precious stone, revealing its inner brilliance. They understand that this work of self-discovery and improvement is one of the greatest gifts the universe could give, as each step in this journey of refinement brings them closer to their divine essence. It is a path that demands courage and vulnerability, but it also offers the deep satisfaction of knowing they are becoming more aligned with who they truly are, a unique and sacred expression of the divine, ready to illuminate the world. The journey of the chosen ones is marked by an experience that, for many, may seem challenging and solitary. This feeling of loneliness and disconnection, so common for those who follow a spiritual calling, is not an abandonment or a purposeless void. On the contrary, it is an essential step towards spiritual maturity and inner strength. Solitude allows the chosen one to disconnect from external distractions and dive deeply within, listening to what is most true in their own spirit. This temporary isolation becomes fertile ground where they can explore their beliefs, fears, and aspirations without the interference of the world around them. For the chosen, this distancing from social connections or former relationships reveals an opportunity to realign with what is genuinely important to their souls. By stepping away, the chosen one is challenged to support themselves emotionally and spiritually, strengthening a self-sufficiency that is crucial for their journey. This period of solitude is often preparation for a higher calling, a phase where they learn to trust their own wisdom and develop a deep intimacy with the divine. They discover that their true strength comes from within and that it is only in the silence, when all external voices are pushed away, that they can hear the voice of their spirit. Solitude, though uncomfortable, teaches the chosen one the value of presence. They learn to be present with themselves without trying to escape their emotions or seeking validation from others. This presence creates a state of clarity and serenity that allows the chosen one to view life with a broader, more spiritual perspective. They begin to see solitude not as a lack, but as a state of fullness, where they meet what is most essential within themselves and consequently in their relationship with the divine. This is a time of profound healing, where old fears and insecurities may surface to be transformed into understanding and wisdom. The feeling of disconnection that the chosen one experiences, while it may seem like a withdrawal from people or society, is, in fact, a reconnection with their essence. As they let go of what no longer serves their purpose, they begin to attract connections that resonate with their truth and vibration. This solitude becomes a starting point for forming new connections based on authenticity and spiritual compatibility, rather than mere social conventions or obligations. They realize that by letting go of certain relationships that no longer fulfill them, they are, in reality, creating space for deeper and more meaningful relationships that will enrich their journey. This phase of solitude is also a time when the chosen one is called to develop unshakable confidence in themselves and the guidance they receive from the universe. Solitude teaches them that they do not need external recognition to follow their path, and that even when those around them may not understand their journey, they are exactly where they need to be. This self-confidence becomes a shield, protecting them from external doubts and criticism and allowing them to move forward with firmness and serenity toward their purpose. The chosen understand that their connection with the divine is a constant source of support and that ultimately they are never truly alone. In this time of introspection and solitude, the chosen one may feel the presence of the divine more intensely. They realize that the divine is not in an external place, but within their own heart, waiting for them to be ready to listen and understand. Solitude becomes a sacred space where they can converse with the divine and receive the answers they seek. The chosen one understands that to be truly strong, they must first be complete within themselves, and solitude is their opportunity to build this wholeness and inner security. Solitude, therefore, is a blessing in disguise, a divine gift that allows the chosen one to develop wisdom and balance that could not be achieved any other way. By going through this stage of isolation and self-knowledge, they emerge more strengthened and more aware of their own light. They become a beacon that can illuminate the path for others, understanding that those who truly seek spiritual connection must first find that light within themselves. Solitude has prepared them for this, to be a firm and illuminated presence in a world that often feels lost. It is on this internal journey that the chosen one discovers their true strength, the one that comes from self-knowledge and connection with the divine. They understand that solitude was necessary for them to recognize their own greatness and to follow their path with clarity and certainty that cannot be shaken. They finally discover that solitude was not abandonment, but preparation, a training so that they could walk with confidence, not only for themselves but also as a guide for those who seek the same light. The divine purpose is the essence of the chosen one's path, a force that, though subtle, guides every step with meaning and depth. For the chosen, understanding and accepting this life mission is like an awakening, a calling that echoes in the soul and brings with it a sense of direction and completeness. However, the revelation of this purpose is rarely clear from the beginning. Instead, it unfolds gradually as the chosen one embraces the journey and allows the universe to reveal the details, step by step. It is in the course of their life, in seemingly ordinary experiences and the great twists of destiny, that the chosen one begins to perceive the traces of their purpose. They feel that every moment is an opportunity to express this mission authentically, without the need for external validation or tangible recognition. The divine purpose is like an inner flame illuminating the path of the chosen one, even in the darkest moments. It's a force that cannot be extinguished because it's rooted in the deepest truth of their essence. While people around may not understand what they feel, the chosen one knows that this calling is real and irreplaceable. They understand that their purpose is not just a personal choice but a spiritual commitment that transcends their own desire. It's something planted in their soul even before birth, and now in their life, it begins to flourish with full strength. This purpose calls them to elevate their life to a level of surrender and service, to live aligned with their true nature, and to honor the mission designated to them. As the chosen one advances on their journey, they realize that the divine purpose is not something that can be forced or rushed. It's a dance between doing and being, between acting and trusting. They learn that, in many moments, their role is simply to be present and allow life's circumstances to guide them. This surrender is not an act of passivity but a profound trust in the divine intelligence that orchestrates all events. Every action, every word, and every thought becomes an opportunity to express the divine within. The chosen one discovers that by living in accordance with their mission, they align with a current of energy and wisdom that transcends their limited understanding and connects them to the universal flow of creation. This purpose manifests uniquely in each chosen one, as each is a singular reflection of the divine essence. For some, it expresses through artistic talent, for others in the capacity to care for and teach. Others find their mission in small acts of kindness and compassion that bring light to the lives around them. However the purpose presents itself, it is always a transformative force, inspiring the chosen one to expand beyond their limits and explore new ways to contribute to the greater good. They understand that their life is not just for themselves but for the service of others, to be a channel of love, wisdom, and healing in a world often in need of these elements. In time, the chosen one comes to understand that living their divine purpose does not mean being free from challenges. Quite the contrary, they discover that the purpose is often a journey of overcoming and resilience. The divine calling requires courage because the chosen one is continually invited to break with conventions and question belief systems that don't resonate with their inner truth. They need to be true to themselves, even when it means walking a solitary path or facing criticism. They become aware that being faithful to their purpose is a form of loyalty to their own spirit and the divine. Each step they take toward their purpose strengthens their soul, building a solid foundation of integrity and resilience that makes them unshakable in the face of challenges. This commitment to the divine purpose leads the chosen one to constantly question themselves, seek self-knowledge, and stay attuned to the voice of intuition. They learn to listen to their heart, recognize the signs that the universe sends, and discern the path that brings them closer to their purpose. This connection with the divine guides them in the choices they make, the words they speak, and the actions they take. They understand that living their purpose is not a grand gesture that happens all at once but a series of small choices that, together, build a life of meaning and purpose. Living the divine purpose is also an expression of love. Love for oneself, for creation, and for the divine in all things. The chosen one understands that their mission is an opportunity to expand this love, to touch the lives of others, and to leave a legacy of light. They know that their purpose is not a burden but a source of joy and fulfillment. By fulfilling their role, they experience a peace and satisfaction that no material wealth or external recognition can provide. They feel the fullness that comes from living a life aligned with truth, and this fullness reflects in every area of their life. Finally, the chosen one understands that the divine purpose is a sacred gift, a blessing that connects them with the highest and most sublime. They recognize that by honoring their purpose, they are contributing to the elevation of the whole, to the collective awakening of humanity. And so, in each action they express gratitude for this mission entrusted to them, knowing that by walking this path, they are in harmony with the universe, in tune with the silent music that resonates in their soul and calls them to be who they truly are. Healing emotional wounds and scars is one of the most essential steps on the journey of the chosen ones, as these painful experiences are like lessons preparing the spirit to bear the weight of their purpose and expand their light. Life offers challenges and traumas that, at first glance, may seem unjust or purposeless, but they are, in fact, part of a profound preparation. Every wound we carry is an invitation to self-knowledge and a deeper understanding of who we are and what we came here to accomplish. This journey of healing is neither quick nor simple. It's a careful exploration of the deepest and most vulnerable parts of our being. The chosen one understands that their personal healing is the first step in becoming an example, a help, and an inspiration for others. They recognize that to guide or illuminate the path of others, they must first confront their shadows, heal their pains, and find the inner light that exists within the darkness. Emotional healing doesn't happen without pain or sacrifice. It requires the chosen one to face memories, feelings, and experiences they may have preferred to forget or repress. However, they realize that repression only increases the spiritual burden they carry and limits their own growth. By revisiting these memories, they begin to see themselves with more compassion and clarity, understanding that each painful experience is a step toward a higher level of consciousness and self-understanding. This process is not just personal healing, it is a form of liberation. Each healed wound is a chain that breaks, a burden that is no longer carried, allowing the chosen one to move forward with more lightness and freedom in their spiritual journey. In working to heal these emotional wounds, the chosen one becomes aware that suffering is not an obstacle but an opportunity for expansion. They realize that pain connects them to humanity in a powerful and transformative way. Pain teaches empathy, compassion, and patience, three essential qualities for those who seek to serve others. This transformation of traumas and scars into tools of strength and compassion is the true miracle of spiritual healing. The chosen one learns to view their pains as teachers and to treat them with the respect and love they deserve, for they were necessary for them to become who they are today. On this path of healing, the chosen one understands that there are practices and tools that can help transform their wounds into sources of wisdom. Meditation, deep reflection, therapy, and connection with nature are some of the practices that help them connect with their deepest self and transform their pains. They learn that true power does not lie in ignoring or erasing the past but in integrating it and accepting it as part of their spiritual identity. Over time, they realize that their scars are not a weakness but a testament to their resilience and capacity for overcoming. They are signs of internal battles they have won, conferring upon them the strength and clarity to continue on their path. By embracing and healing their wounds, the chosen one becomes a beacon for those around them, radiating a light that can only come from someone who has walked the path of healing and acceptance. This light is not something they flaunt or force. It is a subtle presence, an energy of peace and empathy that others perceive and feel safe and welcomed around. They become an example that, although life may bring pain and hardship, it is possible to transform them into something beautiful and meaningful. They show that true strength lies in facing pain, learning from it, and using it to grow and help others also find their path to healing. The journey of emotional healing is also a journey of forgiveness, both toward others and toward oneself. The chosen one realizes that by forgiving, they free themselves from the shackles of the past and allow their soul to breathe in peace. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness but of inner strength and a wisdom that understands that resentment and anger are unnecessary weights in the spiritual journey. They learn that by forgiving they are not minimizing what happened but giving themselves permission to move forward, find peace, and open up to new experiences and lessons. This forgiveness is one of the most sublime forms of self-love, as it is an act of care and respect for their own spirit. Thus, the chosen one discovers that their wounds, when treated with love and understanding, become their greatest allies, offering them a unique perspective on life and the pain of others. They realize that each person they meet on their path also carries their own pains and wounds, and this gives them the opportunity to show compassion and support. They become someone capable of listening without judgment, understanding without rushing, and offering comfort without trying to fix. They know that each person needs their own time and space to heal, and they offer the same patience and respect to others that they once offered themselves. In the end, the chosen one understands that emotional healing is a continuous journey, a dance between acceptance and growth, between understanding and action. They know that they will never be completely ready or healed because life always brings new challenges and opportunities for growth. But they also know that with each healed wound, they come a little closer to their purpose and their true essence. They become a living testimony that it is possible to transform pain into love, suffering into wisdom, and scars into strength. They live each day with the certainty that their experiences, however difficult they may have been, were necessary to prepare them for the mission that awaits them. Through healing, the chosen one reconciles with their story, embracing each chapter as a necessary part of their spiritual evolution. They understand that nothing they've experienced was in vain and that by healing, they not only find peace but also the strength to inspire others to do the same. And so, with a light heart and a strengthened soul, they continue along their path, knowing that their journey of healing is also a journey of love and purpose, bringing them ever closer to their divine essence. As the chosen one deepens their connection with their higher self and the divine, they begin to uncover aspects of their own essence that once seemed distant or inaccessible. This sacred relationship goes beyond words and rituals. It is an experience of profound intimacy, where spirit aligns with purpose, revealing each person's true nature. The quest for connection with the higher self is not a straightforward or simple path. It is a process of releasing the illusions of the ego and the masks we have built over time, moving toward an authenticity that directly aligns us with the divine source from which we came. This connection to the higher self is, at its core, a reconnection with the sacred within us. Many chosen ones feel, from a young age, an inexplicable intuition, a silent presence that guides and protects them. This sensation is not a coincidence. It is the call of the higher self, a manifestation of the divine seeking to lead each of us to our highest purpose. This inner guide acts as a compass, directing us toward what truly matters and steering us away from distractions that do not serve our spiritual growth. To strengthen this connection, the chosen one can turn to practices that bring them closer to their higher self and the divine, such as meditation, prayer, and introspection. Meditation, in particular, is a powerful tool because it allows us to quiet the mind and hear the gentle, subtle voice that arises from within. In this state of silence, we open a space for the higher self to manifest clearly and genuinely, guiding us through insights and revelations. Meditating is like tuning into a spiritual frequency, a vibration of peace and clarity where the ego loses its hold, and the spirit rises, uniting with the divine. Prayer, on the other hand, is a direct channel of communication with the divine, an intimate conversation where we share our desires, challenges, and gratitude. However, praying is not just asking. It is also giving thanks and recognizing the divine presence in every aspect of our lives. Each moment of prayer is an opportunity to strengthen our faith and trust in the higher self, reminding us that we are never alone on our journey. Through this sacred dialogue, the chosen one finds comfort and guidance, especially in times of uncertainty. Over time, this practice of connection becomes a source of wisdom and self-knowledge. Through it, the chosen one realizes that their higher self and the divine are ever present, guiding them in each step, even in the most challenging circumstances. This divine presence acts as a constant reminder that we are part of something greater, that our individual journey is intertwined with the grand purpose of existence. Each moment of connection brings us closer to understanding that our higher self is the purest, most elevated part of us, a direct reflection of divine love and wisdom. Moreover, this connection with the higher self brings clarity and discernment, essential skills for navigating life. Over time, the chosen one learns to distinguish between the voices of ego and intuition, increasingly trusting the wisdom that comes from within. They realize that the higher self does not speak with urgency or judgment. It conveys peace, understanding, and clarity. When we are aligned with this inner voice, decisions become lighter and more secure, as we feel we are guided by something greater and wiser. Nature is another powerful means to strengthen the connection with the higher self. Spending time in natural environments, the chosen one finds a reflection of their own divine essence. Nature teaches us about cycles, patience, and acceptance. It shows us that everything has its time and that true peace lies in harmony with the whole. With each encounter in nature, the chosen one feels closer to their purpose, more aware of their spirituality, and more connected to the divine present in all things. For the chosen ones, the connection with the higher self and the divine also represents an inexhaustible source of love and compassion. This communion brings a deeper understanding of humanity and the suffering of others, awakening a sincere desire to help and heal. The love that arises from this connection is neither possessive nor limited. It is universal, an expression of divine kindness that overflows and expands to everyone around us. This unconditional love is the true purpose of our existence, and by living it, the chosen one fulfills their highest mission. However, maintaining this connection requires discipline and dedication. We live in a world full of distractions and pressures, where it is easy to drift away from our essence and become lost in external demands. Therefore, the chosen one knows they must care for this bond with the higher self daily, renewing their commitment to spiritual seeking and inner practice. They understand that each moment of connection strengthens their soul and enables them to face life's challenges with wisdom and balance. This connection with the higher self and the divine also awakens intuition, one of the most precious tools for those on a spiritual path. Intuition is the voice of the divine speaking to us subtly, guiding and protecting us. It is like a spark of wisdom that rises from within, offering clarity when words are insufficient. By trusting in intuition, the chosen one allows themselves to live with more authenticity and alignment, knowing that this is one of the purest forms of divine guidance. Ultimately, this communion with the higher self and the divine reminds us of our true nature and reconnects us with a peace that exists beyond the physical world. When we are in tune with this energy, we realize that everything we need is already within us, waiting for us to make the necessary silence to listen. This connection reminds us that we are spiritual beings having a human experience and that, at the end of our journey, we will return to the source from which we came, enriched by all the lessons and experiences life has provided. Overcoming skepticism and trusting the spiritual journey is one of the greatest challenges for any chosen one, especially in a world where faith is frequently tested, and the spiritual is often viewed with distrust. This inner trust is essential because the path of those with a greater calling is not always clear or easy for others to understand. For the chosen one, trusting in their own spiritual journey means being open to uncertainty and mystery, embracing each experience with a heart and mind ready to learn and evolve. It is a constant exercise in believing in intuition and inner knowledge, even when the voices around suggest otherwise. This challenge of trusting oneself and divine guidance can be even more intense when others question or discredit the signs the chosen one perceives. Skepticism, both external and internal, is a natural part of the awakening process, as the mind often demands concrete proof for what is felt intuitively. However, true faith is not based on tangible evidence but on a certainty that transcends logic, rooted in inner wisdom and alignment with the higher purpose. This faith strengthens with each experience of synchronicity, each dream or vision that brings a clear message, and each feeling of peace that confirms the chosen one is on the right path. Paradoxically, skepticism can be a tool for spiritual growth. It challenges the chosen one to seek an even deeper connection with their inner truth, testing and refining their capacity for discernment. This constant questioning, when guided by the heart and not fear, allows faith to evolve from something imposed or superficial to a genuine, intimate understanding of the divine. Overcoming skepticism doesn't mean ignoring doubts but recognizing them as opportunities to strengthen trust in one's journey. As the chosen one learns to trust the guidance that comes from within, they realize that spiritual experience does not need external validation to be authentic and transformative. Confidence in their own journey allows them to let go of the need for others' approval, freeing them to live according to the truth of their heart. They understand that their purpose is unique and that to fulfill it, they must fully trust the spiritual guidance they receive, even when it seems contrary to what others believe or expect. To cultivate this inner trust, the chosen one can turn to self-knowledge practices that strengthen their connection with the truth. Moments of silence and introspection allow them to hear their intuition more clearly, while the practice of meditation calms the mind and creates space for the heart's answers to emerge. Prayer and inner dialogue are also powerful ways to cultivate trust, as they allow the chosen one to express doubts and receive guidance directly from their spiritual essence. Additionally, keeping a record of spiritual experiences can be a valuable tool. By documenting the signs, synchronicities, and revelations that emerge along the way, the chosen one has tangible proof of their spiritual journey. This record becomes a reminder of all the times they were guided and protected by the divine, providing a solid foundation of trust for moments when skepticism or doubt appears. Overcoming skepticism and developing inner trust requires patience and practice, but over time, the chosen one becomes increasingly secure in their spiritual connection. They learn to recognize the signs of the divine more easily and to trust the right timing of things, knowing that every event in their life aligns with a higher purpose. This state of trust is not blind belief but a serene certainty that comes from self-knowledge and the direct experience of living in harmony with their spiritual purpose. This inner trust also brings freedom to the chosen one, freeing them from external expectations and social conventions that often limit spiritual growth. By trusting in themselves and divine guidance, they allow themselves to live an authentic and meaningful life, following a path that, although unconventional, is precisely what will lead them to fulfill their mission. This freedom to be who they truly are and to follow the heart's call is the greatest gift that inner trust can offer the chosen one. Ultimately, trusting one's journey is an act of courage. It requires the strength to challenge conventions and to believe in something that is invisible to the eyes yet evident to the spirit. This courage to live in harmony with the divine transforms the chosen one's life into an example of faith and inspiration for those around, reminding them that they too have the ability to hear and trust the voice of their heart. Spiritual awakening practices are essential for the chosen one to strengthen their connection with the divine and fully awaken to their purpose. In a world filled with distractions, cultivating spiritual awakening requires dedication, discipline, and a clear intention to align with one's truth. Practices like meditation, affirmations, visualization, and grounding are pathways to access inner knowledge, listen to the guidance of the universe, and keep the spirit nourished and grounded. Meditation is a central practice for spiritual awakening, creating a space of silence and receptivity where the chosen one can hear their intuition and connect with a greater wisdom. During meditation, the mind quiets and thoughts, which typically dominate consciousness, lose their grip, allowing the heart and spirit to take the lead. By dedicating daily time to meditation, the chosen one strengthens their ability to recognize subtle messages from within and begins to perceive divine signs in life more clearly. Affirmations also play a powerful role in this process. By repeating words and phrases of spiritual empowerment, the chosen one transforms their mind, planting seeds of faith and trust along their path. Affirmations can be simple, like "I am guided by the divine," or more specific, focused on an aspect they wish to strengthen, like courage or compassion. Over time, these words resonate deeply within, shaping perception and strengthening confidence in their mission. Affirmations not only elevate the chosen one's vibration but also serve as daily reminders that they are on a guided and protected journey. Visualization allows the chosen one to mentally create the experiences they wish to manifest in their spiritual and physical life. By visualizing themselves living in harmony with their purpose, serving others, and being at peace with themselves, they project this intention into the universe, facilitating the manifestation of these aspects into their reality. During visualization, they can imagine themselves surrounded by light, protected and guided by spiritual forces, or see themselves in scenarios symbolizing the fulfillment of their calling. This practice enables them not only to desire but to vividly experience the spiritual life they aspire to, creating a resonance between their intention and reality. Grounding, or the practice of anchoring, is essential to maintaining balance between the spiritual and material worlds. Chosen ones are often sensitive to the energies around them, and without a sense of grounding, they may feel overwhelmed or disconnected. Grounding involves practices that connect the chosen one to the earth, helping them to stay present in the here and now with a centered mind and spirit. Walking barefoot in nature, deep breathing, and visualizing roots connecting them to the ground are some ways to ground oneself. This balance allows the chosen one to be in tune with their spirituality without losing the stability needed to face day-to-day challenges. These practices are not isolated steps but elements of a spiritual routine that supports the chosen one's continuous growth. Spiritual awakening is an unfolding process, and each practice represents an opportunity to deepen that journey. By incorporating meditation, affirmations, visualization, and grounding into their life, the chosen one strengthens their connection with the higher self, amplifies their intuition, and remains aligned with their purpose, regardless of external circumstances. Commitment and discipline are fundamental for these practices to become part of the chosen one's daily life and to yield the desired results. Spiritual awakening requires consistency, and each day dedicated to these practices is a step toward a fuller and more conscious life. The rewards of this commitment extend beyond the immediate benefits of peace and clarity. They represent a lasting transformation that strengthens the chosen one in every aspect of life, making them more resilient, compassionate, and in tune with the universe. Thus, spiritual awakening is not merely a state to be achieved but an ongoing journey of self-discovery and alignment. Through these practices, the chosen one becomes a light in the world, an anchored presence that inspires and uplifts those around them. Their commitment to personal and spiritual growth reflects in their ability to touch other lives, fulfilling their mission in an authentic and meaningful way. Honoring one's calling and purpose is the destiny of every chosen one. Each experience and challenge faced, each spiritual practice cultivated, and each connection made along the way is an expression of this calling. When the chosen one decides to live in accordance with their purpose, they become a light that illuminates the path for others, creating an impact that extends beyond their own existence. Their journey is one of constant learning, but also one of service, humility, and gratitude. Fulfilling the purpose is not merely about reaching a final goal. It is a commitment to continually align with the heart, to always seek what is true, and to maintain a pure intention. The chosen one understands that they are a channel for something greater, responsible for both their own growth and for contributing to the well-being of the world around them. As they walk this path, they comprehend the depth and beauty of life, and are moved by a force that guides and strengthens them with every step. It is important for the chosen one to remember that their journey is unique. Spiritual purpose is not comparable or measured by material success but by the quiet, transformative impact they have on the world. The chosen one stands out for their integrity, their ability to forgive, to be compassionate, and to serve without expecting anything in return. And as they embrace this mission, they discover a peace and joy that come from within, independent of external circumstances or recognition, rooted instead in a deep and constant connection with the divine. Every act of kindness, every moment of listening, every word of comfort is an expression of their calling. The chosen one understands that life itself is an opportunity for learning, and each experience is a lesson that makes them stronger and wiser. They know that their purpose lies not just in what they do, but in who they are, a living expression of love, truth, and divine compassion. In the end, the chosen one realizes that honoring their calling is honoring their very existence. They live with a clarity and certainty that, regardless of difficulties, they are exactly where they should be. And as they follow their purpose, they find an inner strength that sustains and motivates them, a strength that transcends ego and becomes an expression of divine love in its purest form. To you who feel this journey and identify with this calling, I invite you to reflect on the impact your presence and light have on the world. Like this video, share your experiences and subscribe to the channel. Together, we form a community of chosen ones, a community that grows, strengthens, and lights the way for many others. May you continue to walk with courage, always honoring your purpose and illuminating the world with the light you carry within. The calling of the powerful chosen ones is something many feel but do not always fully understand right away. Those who carry specific spiritual signs and a unique sensitivity to the invisible bear a profound and rare purpose. These individuals, known as the chosen, live an intense spiritual experience and often find themselves disconnected from common life patterns, questioning the values society imposes upon them. The feeling of being different, of having a special mission, becomes undeniable for the chosen one, emerging like a flame that never fades. For some, this perception may appear in childhood. For others, it arises later after significant events or experiences that awaken them to a new reality. This calling is not a feeling of superiority or exclusivity, but an inner recognition that they are destined to tread a path that many avoid or cannot see. To feel like a chosen one is, in truth, an opportunity for self-discovery and spiritual deepening. It is like hearing an inner voice encouraging the search for answers, exploring the deeper meaning of life, and questioning personal values and surrounding structures. This voice is often gentle yet persistent, reminding each one that their purpose is grand and that their presence in the world matters. If you resonate with this feeling, this calling may be your spirit's attempt to reconnect with the divine, with the sacred purpose of your existence. Along this journey, the chosen ones will realize they are not alone, even if the path may feel isolated. There are others around the world who also share this sense of seeking something greater, something that transcends the material and touches the sacred. This video is an invitation for you to dive into your own inner universe, where these signs and this profound connection await discovery and understanding. Through this series of reflections, we will explore together the meaning of these signs and what they reveal about the path of a chosen one. Being open to receiving these signs and, more importantly, willing to understand and follow the call, is the first step toward living in alignment with one's purpose. Each sign, each intuition, is a piece of the puzzle that forms the spiritual identity and mission of a chosen one. This journey of self-discovery, though filled with challenges, is a path that leads to a life of fulfillment, purpose, and deep alignment with what is most sacred in the universe. The role of signs in the spiritual path is essential for the journey of any chosen one, as they act as guides, compasses, and even warnings. These signs appear in various forms. They may be visions during meditation, a strong feeling or intuition in crucial moments, or even a simple coincidence that seems laden with meaning. These signs are messages from the universe, meant to guide those who are ready to listen, understand, and act. For the chosen, these manifestations go beyond coincidences. They are invitations to align with a greater spiritual purpose, a sacred communication between what is earthly and what is divine. As the chosen advance on their journey, they realize that these signs do not appear to everyone but to those who are spiritually attuned and sensitive to the world's subtleties around them. This does not mean that signs are always explicit or easy to decipher. Often, they appear in mysterious ways, requiring the chosen one to develop patience, discernment, and an open mind to interpret them correctly. It could be a phrase someone casually mentions that resonates deeply or a recurring symbol appearing in unexpected places. Over time, these signs form a sort of divine language, a spiritual dialect that only the chosen one can fully understand, for each sign is deeply personal and resonant. These signs often serve as warnings as well. They may arise to protect the chosen one from situations that are not in harmony with their spiritual vibration or as a signal that something in their life needs adjustment. Ignoring them may lead to a detour from the path or unnecessary experiences of suffering. This is why signs are not mere spiritual adornments. They are essential for a journey aligned with each individual's highest purpose. When a chosen one learns to embrace these signs, life becomes a harmonious dance between who they are and what the universe reveals. Being attentive to the signs and accepting them as part of one's path is, therefore, an exercise in faith and humility. This understanding deepens one's connection with the universe and strengthens the chosen one's ability to discern between what is mundane and what is sacred, what is fleeting and what is eternal. These signs, more than mere messages, are constant reminders that the spiritual path is not a solitary journey. It is a guided path, led by invisible forces eager to see the chosen one prosper in their purpose. Ultimately, these signs represent an ongoing spiritual conversation between the chosen one and the divine, a relationship rooted in mutual trust and the understanding that everything in the universe is interconnected. Inner transformation is one of the most powerful and profound processes in a chosen one's journey, a time when the essence of being is refined, revealing a spiritual potential that may have been dormant. During this phase, the chosen one is led to confront their own fears, insecurities, and inner shadows. This confrontation, though often intense and challenging, is essential for growth. The purpose of such transformation is to release the inner power needed to prepare the chosen one for the challenges and responsibilities that lie ahead. Transformation is not a single moment's experience. It occurs in cycles, much like the seasons, with each cycle bringing new insights but also new demands for growth. Often, transformation comes through painful or unexpected experiences. Losses, disappointments, relationship breakups, or drastic life changes. These events act as catalysts, awakening the chosen one to a deeper level of understanding about themselves and the world around them. As they navigate these moments of change, they come to realize that, though difficult, these experiences make them more resilient, empathetic, and aware of their inner strength. When the chosen one embraces transformation, they release old patterns and limiting beliefs, opening up to new possibilities and a clearer vision of their true self. This process is like the blooming of a flower. First, it must break through the surface of the soil, pushing through layers of resistance, until it finally blossoms in full beauty. Similarly, the chosen one emerges from inner transformation with renewed spiritual wisdom and strength. It is as though something deep and ancient awakens within, an unshakable force that readies them for what lies ahead. As transformation progresses, the chosen one realizes that their purpose is not just a responsibility but also a gift that brings meaning and direction to their life. At this point, they feel a closer connection with the divine and the greater purpose to which they have been called. They become aware that each transformation is, in truth, a rebirth, an opportunity to come closer to their true essence. With each cycle of transformation, the chosen one not only awakens to their inner power but also to their mission to impact the world around them uniquely and meaningfully. Obstacles and challenges are an inevitable and essential part of the spiritual journey of the chosen, serving as tools for growth and deep learning. Often, these challenges present themselves intensely, almost as if tailor-made to provoke maximum self-development and reflection. However, the chosen one is called to see these obstacles not as punishments or hindrances but as lessons intended to strengthen their spirit and bring them closer to their purpose. Each challenge contains within it an opportunity, a kind of test for their resilience and commitment to their spiritual path. These difficult moments act as a forge for the spirit, where trials shape character and deepen understanding. It is in times of pain and discomfort that the chosen one is called upon to access their deepest faith, their trust in something greater that guides and protects them. When obstacles arise, they are reminded of their own inner strength and ability to overcome external barriers, whether in the form of people, situations, or even their own internal doubts. Each difficulty is an invitation to grow, to expand the limits of what they thought possible, and to learn more about themselves. The spiritual growth that emerges from these challenges strengthens the chosen one to move forward with courage and confidence. Obstacles test their ability to maintain faith even amid uncertainty and to follow their intuition when the path appears dark. When the chosen one can view each obstacle as a strengthening tool, they begin to understand that nothing is placed in their path by chance. Each situation is carefully set along their journey to help them become the most authentic and powerful version of themselves. By overcoming these trials, the chosen one becomes a beacon of perseverance and faith for others. They show that it is possible to find light even in the darkness, inspiring those around them to find the strength needed to overcome their own difficulties. In this way, the chosen one not only progresses in their own journey but also opens a path for others to follow. The obstacles transform into opportunities for service and inspiration, reminding the chosen one that their spiritual growth is a journey that reverberates throughout all those around them. The spiritual responsibility accompanying the chosen one's path is one of the deepest and most impactful parts of this journey. Being chosen implies carrying a mission that transcends personal ego and individual needs, as the spiritual calling comes with a higher purpose. At its core, this purpose is to serve and use the gifts granted not just for personal benefit but for the good of those who cross their path. Chosen ones possess gifts that exceed common abilities, whether sensitivity, empathy, the capacity for healing, or intuitive wisdom, and these gifts come with a responsibility to use them with compassion and discernment. This spiritual responsibility also means understanding that with these gifts comes the need for wisdom in their use. It is not merely about having an ability, it is about knowing how and when to use it for the greater good. Thus, the chosen one is often called to cultivate patience and humility, understanding that these gifts are not reasons for superiority but for service. This perspective requires spiritual maturity that can only be acquired over time, through experience, and above all, through a deep connection with the divine. Furthermore, these gifts often serve as a source of light for those around the chosen one, illuminating paths, offering hope, and providing a deeper insight into the spiritual world. However, this light can also attract challenges, for the stronger the light, the more it draws situations and people who need that clarity. To handle this responsibility, the chosen one is guided to cultivate compassion, the ability to listen, understand, and offer support without judgment, creating a safe space for others where they too can find what they need to evolve. Each chosen one must learn to honor their gift and the responsibility it brings, understanding that they are in service to something much greater. This path of service is deeply fulfilling for the spirit, as it connects the chosen one with the truest sense of their existence. As they embrace this responsibility with an open heart, they experience an inner joy, a sense of fulfillment born from being aligned with the purpose entrusted to them. It is in this service that the chosen one finds the true meaning of their journey and the reason these gifts were given to them in the first place. Energetic sensitivity is a defining trait of those who walk the chosen one's path. This heightened sensitivity means that these individuals intensely absorb the energies around them, whether positive or negative. They feel the vibrations of places, people, and situations more profoundly, capturing the subtle nuances that often go unnoticed by others. This sensitivity becomes a gift, a precious ability to perceive the depth of the invisible world, but it also presents a challenge. Being so receptive to external energies can easily overwhelm the mind and body, especially in chaotic environments, crowded places, or around dense energetic frequencies. The empathy arising from this sensitivity makes the chosen one absorb others' pain and emotions as if they were their own, and while this is a sign of compassion, it can also drain their energy and cause exhaustion. Therefore, the chosen one must learn the practice of energetic self-care and the importance of setting healthy boundaries. This energetic self-care can include simple practices, such as daily moments of introspection and silence, where they can release accumulated energies and return to their center. Meditation, deep breathing, light visualization, and energy-clearing baths are ways to discharge energies that do not belong to them, helping to restore their auric field and realign with their own vibration. Energetic protection practices are also essential for the chosen ones. They not only help reduce the absorption of external vibrations but also create a barrier that strengthens the spirit, making it more resilient to external influences. Visualizing light surrounding the body, setting an intention of protection before entering challenging places, and using protective crystals are some resources that can assist along this journey. Over time, this sensitivity is recognized not only as a challenge but as a gift that, when well cared for, can open doors to a deeper connection with intuition and divine messages. This sensitivity also teaches the chosen ones the importance of being selective about their surroundings and the people they keep close. Like a spiritual sponge, the chosen one realizes that, to maintain the clarity of their light and their connection with the divine, they must carefully choose the situations that nurture their energy and align with their purpose. By learning to protect their energy and valuing this sensitivity as a direct link to the spiritual, the chosen one is strengthened to continue their journey with balance and awareness. Over time, the chosen ones begin to develop their spiritual abilities in a more refined and conscious way. This process of refinement is continuous and requires discipline, self-knowledge, and a commitment to inner truth. Sensitivity that once felt like vulnerability now becomes a valuable asset. Intuition deepens and perceptions expand. Every new step taken on the spiritual path brings greater clarity, allowing the chosen one to understand their role with greater confidence and discernment. As these spiritual gifts expand, the chosen one realizes the importance of cultivating both mind and spirit through regular practices. Meditation, prayer, and introspection are not only sources of peace but also windows through which the divine can communicate and manifest. Through these practices, the chosen one begins to hear more clearly the inner voice, one that is untainted by external expectations or ego, flowing directly from the spiritual source. This spiritual development requires patience and self-compassion. It is not a race to achieve extraordinary abilities, but a careful journey where each step is meaningful. In the beginning, it may be challenging to distinguish the voice of the ego from that of the spirit, but over time and with practice, discernment strengthens. The chosen one learns to recognize when they are guided by their highest purpose and when they are distracted by fleeting desires. Spiritual refinement also involves continuous learning. The chosen one becomes an eternal student, open to new perspectives and exploring the depths of their own consciousness. This learning can come through books, spiritual teachings, mentors, or even everyday experiences, which often offer valuable and unexpected lessons. Each lesson integrates into and deepens the chosen one's ability to live in alignment with their mission. With the refinement of spiritual abilities, the chosen one also begins to understand the importance of using these gifts wisely and ethically. These powers are not meant for personal gain but to illuminate the path for others and contribute to humanity's spiritual evolution. Responsibility grows alongside the gift, and the chosen one becomes a guardian of the sacred, committed to truth and compassion. Thus, refining spiritual abilities transforms the chosen one into a channel of light through which the divine can act and manifest love, peace, and wisdom. This continuous process is not just the development of skills but a journey toward becoming increasingly aligned with the divine essence within each individual. In the chosen one's journey, a profound sense of loneliness often arises. Many describe this moment as a phase of disconnection, where they feel different from those around them, as if their experiences, values, and worldview are irreconcilable with others. This spiritual loneliness, a feeling of being distant, even misunderstood within their own existence, though challenging, is a necessary and powerful stage. Loneliness in this context serves as a time of deep introspection and strengthening. When the chosen one finds themselves distanced, free from external distractions or influences, they find a sacred space to connect with their true essence. The absence of others does not signify emptiness but rather an opportunity for inner fulfillment, a recognition of personal spiritual strength, and a discovery of what truly matters. The silence accompanying loneliness can be seen as a great guide, as it is within this silence that the inner voice becomes more audible. This isolation allows the chosen one to reconnect with the divine in a purer, unfiltered way. By temporarily withdrawing from the external world, they create a path to listen to the heart's guidance, find answers beyond words, and perceive the universe's subtle directions. This loneliness, often feared, is a gift that offers clarity, strengthening, and preparation. The feeling of not belonging, common among many chosen ones, serves as a reminder that their purpose is unique and, at times, uncommon. This singular path brings with it spiritual independence, a confidence born of deep self-knowledge cultivated in solitary reflection. This feeling may seem burdensome, but over time, the chosen one realizes it is not about being isolated from others but about knowing themselves deeply so that, when the time is right, they can connect with those who truly resonate with their essence. Thus, loneliness becomes a phase of preparation, a refining process that enables them to become a beacon of wisdom and understanding. This period readies them to be present with more strength, truth, and compassion when they eventually meet others who share their vision and purpose. It is a call for them to embrace solitude as a tool for evolution, knowing that this stage is an essential part of their journey. Divine purpose and life mission deeply permeate the journey of the chosen ones, serving as the spiritual foundation guiding each step, decision, and challenge they face along the way. Those who carry a higher mission often feel, even from a young age, a call to something greater, even if they do not yet fully understand what it means. It's like an internal flame that never extinguishes, a persistent intuition that their lives hold a special purpose, a unique responsibility. This calling transcends individual pursuit of happiness or material success. It is rooted in a desire to contribute to something far more vast, something that echoes beyond their own existence. For many, the divine purpose begins to reveal itself gradually as they face life's challenges and triumphs. It is not something that appears grandly and suddenly, but rather a process of discovery and understanding that unfolds over time. Often, it manifests as an inclination to help others, to bring comfort, guidance, or healing in some way. In other moments, this purpose may reveal itself as a strong desire to seek truth, spread knowledge, or promote peace and justice in the world. Every chosen one has a unique path, and their mission is aligned with the gifts and abilities they possess. Divine purpose is not a fixed destination but a life journey in constant evolution. As the chosen one continues their journey and responds to the calls the universe presents, their purpose deepens and gains new layers of meaning. Every experience, whether of joy or pain, success or failure, serves to strengthen their commitment to this mission. It's as if every event in life is a piece of a larger puzzle, gradually revealing the complete picture of what it means to live with purpose. To honor this mission requires courage, commitment, and, above all, faith. The journey of the chosen one is often solitary and filled with challenges. However, it is also a journey rich with meaning, as each action, each choice aligned with divine purpose brings a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. Divine purpose transforms life into a work of art, where each moment becomes a reflection of the soul and the spiritual calling it carries. When lived fully, this purpose also inspires those around the chosen one. They become an example of courage and faith, a light that reminds others of the greatness within their own souls and the potentials they carry. This impact is the essence of the service the chosen one performs. Their life becomes a living testimony of what it means to honor a higher calling. By living this mission with dedication and humility, they fulfill not only what they came to do in this world but also contribute to the awakening of all who cross their path. Healing emotional wounds and scars is an essential step in anyone's life, but for those who carry a higher mission, this healing becomes even more crucial. The chosen ones often bear a history of intense challenges, frequently from childhood, which may include experiences of rejection, isolation, or deep conflicts. These experiences leave marks that may manifest as traumas, insecurities, and fears which, if left unaddressed, can become obstacles on their spiritual journey. The process of emotional healing is, in essence, a journey within. It requires courage to face the parts of ourselves that have been hurt, to accept the pain we carry, and to choose healing. It is like a spiritual cleansing where every repressed emotion, every harbored pain, is brought to the surface to be acknowledged and released. This process is not easy, and for the chosen ones it can feel even more intense, as they are called to heal not only themselves but also to break cycles of pain that may have been passed down through generations. By healing their own wounds, chosen ones are also healing part of collective wounds, breaking negative patterns and opening pathways of light for those who follow. This healing does not happen all at once. It is a gradual, ongoing process, where each layer of pain reveals another until reaching the essence of being, a place of true peace and acceptance. Spiritual tools such as meditation, journaling, and forgiveness are essential in this process, helping the chosen one to look within, to make peace with themselves and with their past. Each layer that is healed releases a part of the chosen one's energy that can then be channeled into their spiritual mission. It's as if each trauma transformed into learning and strength releases an inner light that illuminates not only the chosen one's path but also that of those around them. This healing process also brings profound self-knowledge. By confronting their wounds, the chosen one discovers who they truly are, free from external expectations, traumas, and insecurities that once defined them. This self-knowledge is liberating, as it allows them to live their truth fully, without fears or barriers. They understand that the pain they experienced in the past was a preparation for the greater purpose they now carry. Each healed wound serves as a reminder of their strength, resilience, and commitment to their spiritual calling. By embracing healing, the chosen one becomes a source of inspiration for others. They show through their example that healing is possible, that pain can be transformed, and that suffering does not need to be the end of the story. They become a living testament to the possibility of redemption and renewal, regardless of how challenging the path may be. This journey of healing not only strengthens the chosen one but also equips them to guide and support others on their own journeys. Connection with the higher self and the divine is a fundamental practice for those committed to a deep spiritual journey. This bond represents more than a simple practice or ritual. It's a way of communing with one's essence and the infinite source of wisdom that guides us. The higher self, understood as our most elevated and enlightened version, transcends the limitations of the ego and the physical body. It is a consciousness that sees beyond immediate challenges and understands the greater purpose of our existence. When we connect with this presence, we access a source of peace, clarity, and guidance that surpasses intellectual knowledge. To establish this connection, it is essential to cultivate spiritual practices that silence the mind and calm the heart, creating space for inner wisdom to emerge. Meditation and prayer are powerful tools for this alignment, allowing us to tune into the divine and hear the silent answers that come from the higher self. During meditation, as we quiet the thoughts, we become receptive to the divine presence within us. By closing our eyes and sinking into stillness, it's possible to feel a flow of energy and intuition that connects us to something greater, something that has always been there but that the rush of daily life often obscures. Visualizing oneself in contact with the higher self is a transformative practice. In a meditative state, one can imagine a more enlightened version of themselves, a being of light and compassion that views life with a broader perspective. Ask this elevated presence about the next steps, the best path to fulfill your life's mission. Allow yourself to trust the subtle answers that arise, which may come as insights, feelings, or even images. The more you practice this connection, the clearer and stronger the bond with the higher self becomes, and the greater the sense of alignment with the divine purpose guiding your life. Connection with the higher self and the divine is also an exercise in surrender and trust. It means letting go of control over minor matters and trusting that a higher intelligence orchestrates the events in your life. It's about accepting that we may not always have immediate answers but that we are being guided along a path of evolution and learning. Often, this surrender manifests in situations where we cannot see the why behind certain challenges, but when we connect with this higher presence, we find peace and trust that each experience has a greater purpose. This surrender strengthens our faith as we feel we are not alone on this journey. We are accompanied, guided, and protected by a force that knows us deeply. Through this connection, the chosen one develops an even deeper sense of mission and responsibility. They realize that every action, thought, and decision must be in harmony with their spiritual purpose. The quest for self-knowledge intensifies because they understand that only by knowing themselves and cultivating this connection with the divine can they manifest their mission authentically and compassionately. Connection with the higher self is not something distant but something that reveals itself in the day-to-day, in small choices, and in moments when we choose to act with love, empathy, and courage. Overcoming skepticism and building internal trust are essential steps on the path of the chosen ones, especially when their spiritual journey leads them to explore unknown or misunderstood realms. Skepticism often arises as an inner voice questioning the legitimacy of spiritual gifts or personal purpose, particularly in a society that values the rational and the tangible. However, the spiritual path is, by nature, intangible, filled with mysteries and subtleties that cannot always be comprehended through pure logic. Chosen ones are frequently called to trust their intuition, to rely on signs that reveal themselves quietly, and to hold a faith that grows stronger even in the absence of concrete proof. Developing internal trust begins with accepting one's own experience as legitimate, regardless of external opinions. The spiritual journey is, above all, an individual and intransferable experience. The gifts, visions, and insights that the chosen ones receive are real to them and have a unique purpose in their development. As they begin to trust this experience, they abandon the need to validate their perceptions and learn to listen to the inner voice, which speaks with clarity and authenticity. This trust also manifests as a profound respect for their own path, knowing that even if no one around them fully understands, the chosen one is aligned with something greater, something that transcends the limitations of common understanding. Skepticism can also take the form of doubts about one's worthiness for these gifts and this journey. Many chosen ones ask themselves, "Why me? Or am I truly worthy of this purpose?" Overcoming these questions requires diving into self-knowledge and recognizing that each individual is a unique and irreplaceable channel of the divine. Internal trust is consolidated when we accept that we don't need to be perfect or have all the answers to fulfill our role. We are human, and it is precisely in our humanity, with all its nuances and challenges, that the power and beauty of the spiritual journey lie. To strengthen this internal trust, it is helpful to cultivate introspection and meditation practices that allow for a profound dialogue with oneself. Taking time to reflect on what truly resonates within, to understand one's values, and to define what is sacred in one's life are ways of solidifying this trust. When the chosen one knows themselves deeply, they are not shaken by external influences, as their faith is anchored in their own experience and connection with the divine. Spiritual practices that deepen this trust include journaling, prayer, and seeking spiritual mentors who respect the authenticity of the personal journey. Along this path, it's natural for the chosen one to encounter people or situations that test their trust. Some will question their beliefs or even their spiritual perceptions with skepticism and doubt. These moments, far from being obstacles, are opportunities for internal strengthening. They are challenges that invite the chosen one to reaffirm their commitment to their path, to look within, and to trust that they are guided by a higher force that supports them at every step. Each time they choose to follow their intuition, trust becomes more solid, and they draw closer to spiritual fulfillment. This process of overcoming skepticism and building trust is itself a form of spiritual service. Every person who walks with confidence and authenticity on their journey becomes an example, inspiring others to follow their own truths and to listen to their hearts. The chosen one thus becomes a beacon illuminating the path for those still seeking the courage to embrace their purpose. Through trust in themselves and their experience, they demonstrate that it is possible to live in harmony with the divine, even in a world that often ignores or disdains the invisible and the intangible. Spiritual awakening practices are valuable tools for those who tread the path of the chosen ones. These practices help cultivate a deeper connection with the divine, strengthen intuition, and develop skills that expand spiritual perception. Each practice, whether meditation, affirmations, visualizations, or grounding, plays a unique role in the process of self-discovery and evolution for the chosen one. Consistent commitment to these practices not only fortifies individual spirituality but also enables the chosen one to live with greater clarity, balance, and purpose, connecting to what is essential and true in their journey. Meditation is a fundamental practice that helps calm the mind and create space for inner silence, where the voice of the divine can be heard more clearly. It is in this silence that answers, intuitions, and insights arise, as the tranquil mind becomes receptive to spiritual wisdom. Meditation need not follow a rigid format. Each chosen one can adapt it according to their affinity, whether in deep silence to the sounds of nature, with soft music, or with mantras. Practiced daily, meditation becomes a cornerstone of spiritual life, allowing inner peace to flourish and become a constant state, regardless of external circumstances. Affirmations are another powerful tool for spiritual awakening, helping us align our beliefs with spiritual truth. Repeating phrases like "I am in tune with my purpose," "I am guided by the divine," or "I am light and peace" can reprogram the mind to a state of confidence and empowerment. Affirmations should be chosen carefully, resonating with what the chosen one feels as true in their heart. Over time, they replace limiting thought patterns and promote a heightened state of consciousness, where the chosen one feels more capable of honoring their spiritual mission. Visualization is a practice that allows the chosen one to connect with their higher self and project intentions for the future. Visualizing oneself fulfilling their purpose, radiating peace and light, or being a channel of love and compassion in the world creates a positive energetic field and attracts experiences aligned with these intentions. Visualization practice can include healing scenarios, where the chosen one sees themselves healing emotional wounds or images of interacting with spiritual guides. Over time, visualization opens the mind to new possibilities and strengthens the faith that the spiritual path is being guided by the divine. Grounding is an essential practice for those with high energy sensitivity. It allows the chosen one to connect with Earth's energy, balancing energies and helping to maintain emotional and spiritual stability. Grounding can be done by walking barefoot in nature, sitting in a position that allows one to feel contact with the ground, or visualizing roots connecting the body to the Earth's core. This process is crucial for the chosen one, who often absorbs energies from their surroundings, to remain centered and strong. Regular grounding practice strengthens presence and allows them to move with confidence and serenity, even in challenging environments. These practices of spiritual awakening serve as tools for connection and empowerment, helping the chosen one to cultivate a state of clarity, peace, and alignment with their purpose. Each practice contributes to creating a sacred space within, where they can access divine wisdom, recognize their true essence, and remain firm on their path. By committing to these practices, the chosen one enhances their ability to listen to the voice of intuition, recognize signs, and respond wisely to challenges that arise on their journey. Honoring one's spiritual calling and purpose is the bravest act a chosen one can perform. This journey of inner growth and self-discovery demands dedication and an openness to the unknown. Each step taken on the path of purpose expresses the essence, a way of reverencing the divine and illuminating the world around. The chosen ones with their light and wisdom can guide, heal, and inspire. As they progress on their journey, they come to realize that each experience and challenge they have faced was, in truth, an opportunity for growth and a strengthening of their faith. This honor to the call is not merely a choice, it is the purest expression of life's mission, something that transcends ego and immediate needs. Throughout this journey, the chosen one learns that purpose is much greater than personal goals or material achievements. It is something that touches the essence of their soul, aligning them with the greater good and inspiring them to become a source of light and love. Even if circumstances are challenging, there is always an inner strength that guides and supports them. This strength is the very reflection of the divine dwelling within each of us, a constant reminder that we are never alone. Those who honor their purpose know their role in the world is significant, not only for themselves but for everyone around them. With each act of compassion, each word of encouragement, and each gesture of generosity, the chosen one leaves their mark. This is the legacy of the chosen ones. A life lived with integrity, aligned with the highest spiritual truths and committed to serving others. This dedication to purpose creates a wave of light that spreads, reaching those who are seeking their path and inspiring them to pursue their own spiritual growth. As the chosen one advances, they recognize that spiritual awakening is a continuous process, with each phase bringing new lessons and opportunities for growth. It is a journey with no end, as the connection with the divine is something that expands and deepens with each experience. By honoring this path, the chosen one understands that true peace and happiness reside in living according to their essence, in being in harmony with their heart, and in allowing their light to shine without fear. To those who feel this calling, remember that your purpose is unique and valuable. Each experience, each challenge, and each moment of self-knowledge are part of a broader journey connecting you to the divine and the truth of who you are. Keep walking with courage and faith, knowing that by honoring your purpose, you illuminate the world around you. If this content resonated with you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your experiences in the comments. Together, we form a community of chosen souls seeking to grow and evolve spiritually. Your journey matters, and your light makes a difference in the world.